All right, so there's one thing I was actually really upset about. I don't know if y'all caught this in the movie. Did they replace that girl's mouth with a CGI mouth?
Yeah, we're just gonna start this shit live.
The only time I caught the Holy Ghost was when I was in church drinking.
Like they're two dumb dudes. Welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast.
Marcos don't like covering them ears.
He went to hair to show today. That's what happened.
What?
He said you went to hair to show today. What you got that got to be glued in there?
You got the what?
I said you want that hair to show today. What you got that got to be glued in there?
Nah,
I don't know.
so no, he got a holiday party to go to, so he's trying to get all luxurious.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Nah, I just did
the
him
first time.
I literally took off my sleeping cap like 10 minutes before.
Looking like one of the Boondocks.
I said you don't want to wear your headphones though. You got to keep the hair together.
Nah, headphones. I never really wear them.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're in front of me. That's how I hear you guys. They're in front of me like speakers.
Okay, yeah, that's. I think Chris is so used to his camera at his house that he's got a different setup today. He ain't used to.
Look, we ain't gonna talk about cameras. I wasn't gonna say that, but since you want to talk about it, Sarat got a whole sex cam in here.
And it's a webcam, bro.
See, thank you.
It's a webcam. That's what I record on.
Look, no, this son of a bitch.
For his feet pics? His OnlyFans?
Hell no. Yeah, only one of us can do feet pics. The other one looked like he didn't walk through Mordor.
Damn.
You know what's funny about that? Sarat's the only person that I'll let see my feet. We were friends for so long. I cover these some bitches up. I ain't gonna lie. They're not pretty.
Bro, what do you mean? So,
no,
when ladies, you wear fucking boots, nigga?
Socks, man. You butt naked with socks. That's the way it has to go.
Them gold toes? Like, nah. Wait, you got gold toes on? Or that's just your toenails?
Man, don't worry about that, baby. Keep your eyes up here.
You got the fake feet things that look like shoes.
We walking around in them fucking them dinosaur slippers like Urkel.
No, hell no.
Man,
just some regular old socks.
It'd be like, nah, let's just ask my feet, dog.
Speaking of feet, welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. It's your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
Your boy Chris Brown, aka Red 4 Delta. The extra large blade is back.
I'm Marcos, aka Kid. That threw me for a loop.
Oh, I knew he wouldn't get it until I said so. Because last time we recorded, he definitely called me.
Yeah, we recorded together. He had some sunglasses. I was like, "You look like extra large blade."
My man, instead of blade, it's more like saber.
Oh man,
it's kitchen knife.
Oh man.
Matter of fact, where's your prop at this week?
I know.
Was what?
What'd you 3D print this week, huh? Last time you had 3D printed knife. I'm waiting for that 3D printed fork.
What's a duck?
What is that?
Is that a razor blade?
Oh, it's bro. That's a shoehorn.
It is a replica.
Oh shit! Something good.
No.
You talking about me?
Not a firearm. It's a prop replica of RoboCop's gun.
Oh, but it's not a firearm.
No, it's a toy. It's a prop.
Get out of here.
It's not a ghost gun, brother. My man out here trying to get me pulled up on charges or something.
If you ever go back and see the first original episodes, I don't think we even aired them. My whole background is guns.
Yeah, he's got like AKs and all this stuff. Because he used to look like he was in a bunker.
It's like, maybe we should take this down. The guns and knives and all kinds of shit.
He didn't have Rocket Raccoon hanging up in the back.
Oh man.
Well, speaking of hunting, that kind of leads into the movie this week. This week we took a trip to the theater to take
we all did, yeah.
Yeah, to take a gander at the latest and probably last entry into the Sony Spider-Verse.
Yep. Anything non-Venom, they're out of the business, they said. At least for now.
Here's the thing. I think they should keep him in there.
Kraven?
Yeah. Marcus, why don't you tell the people what movie we saw this week?
We saw Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah.
The instant classic of 2024 that nobody wanted, but we still got it.
Yeah. What did you guys think when Sony started doing all these movies with the villains in the Spider-Man villains?
Okay, well, let me be Spider-Man. Or you talking about Sony in general?
Yeah, Sony, because they had Madam Web, then they did Venom, then they did they got Kraven.
So I didn't even know about Madam Web. I thought their first
They did
introduction
Morbius.
was the Wolverine Logan.
No. It was the Spider-Verse, the Sony Spider-Verse. So it's all the Spider-Man villains.
Gotcha.
So it's ending how I expected. Like I was excited, of course, Venom, that series actually one of my faves. I like it. I'm one of the few people that enjoy it.
Chris just likes it because he looks just like Venom. Skin tone.
Wow.
I got better teeth though. No, just
Wow.
saying.
So Morbius, I liked it for what it was. I didn't think, people thought it was going to be an Oscar. It's a cartoon. It's a comic vampire that's not really a vampire. Like if you watch just cartoons and you didn't read the comics.
Yeah.
In the cartoons, he did, he just sucked your life force with his fingers. It was weird as hell.
Yeah.
But Madam Web, I knew that was gonna flop. They had a vehicle for Bad Bunny, which I was like, why would he sign that deal? But they canceled it.
Yep.
I was interested in this because it was gonna be rated R, and I love the lead. Everybody here seems to love the lead. All three of us, right?
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah. Because he's, ever since Kick-Ass, like I've been a big fan of him, and every time I see him in a movie, generally speaking, he's usually one of my favorite parts of a movie.
Yeah.
Who was
And-
in the green uniform?
So
Yeah, he was the dude that was he played Kick-Ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, and he also was and what was it? The Fall Guy. He was the actor, the main character that the guy was playing the body double for.
In the Fall Guy?
Fall Guy.
I didn't see the Fall Guy.
Fall Guy, pretty good movie. I
Yeah.
suggest you should watch it.
He was also Quicksilver in Age of Ultron.
For like 37 seconds.
Yeah. The thing is, he looks like a superhero. He's got the look, he's got the build of a superhero. So that's why I would think he'd be in more of these movies, and he just hasn't been. So I was actually excited when he, hopped on Kraven the Hunter, because I think Kraven's just a very underrated, character in comic books.
I think he-
I don't know
I
much
think-
about Kraven.
Unfortunately, he was the only shining spot in this entire movie. It was like he had a different script than anybody else.
I can see that.
Like
All right, so off script, did you like the movie, Marcos?
I loved him in it.
Okay. Okay.
The movie itself, like halfway through, like I don't know what happened. I think this is a big example of writers coming up with a story,
Mhm.
and then the producers jumping in and trying to change stuff, and then them just randomly throwing things. Like you could tell this movie was supposed to set up something, but it's like it's going nowhere.
Yeah.
Like it's like worse than the last Power Ranger movie.
We don't talk about that.
It's worse than what was the other movie? There was another movie that like they thought, oh, it was worse than X-Men The Last Stand or whatever, the Phoenix, when they were trying to set up something else after. It was like
Yeah.
it's like you could tell that they thought they were gonna get more,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
No.
It's like I Am Number 4.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, let's look at the
Oh
cast.
man, that was a good movie that the setup went nowhere. I enjoyed the plot, but as soon as I saw those returns, I was like, oh, we ain't never gonna see this property ever again.
Yeah. What were you saying, Chris?
And, also, let's talk about the cast because, he had Russell Crowe,
Yep.
and then obviously Kraven.
Yep.
Shoot, the dude from was the Rhino. I ain't seen him act his face off. That was Nicolas Cage's little brother.
Who is I didn't recognize him at all.
I don't know his name.
The dude that played Rhino in Kraven.
Yeah. I don't know. He like his entire story, like this man showed up in one scene and then has a vendetta. Like he's the most sensitive character I ever seen in a movie. This guy gets insulted by one time and he's like,
Nah, okay. Because
So Chris, did you like the movie?
I'll put it to you like this. Hold on, wait, no, I gotta explain this. Yes, I like the movie, but it took because me and my wife went to go see it. And after she actually bounced some things off of me that I didn't even realize in the movie because she pays attention to all that little shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think it was so easy to overlook it because of everything else going on in the movie. So if my theory of it is correct, then it makes sense. I like it. But if it was just like, but off my initial reaction, I just like the action in it.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real.
Man, I feel odd because I actually really like the movie. Like, I would love to see a second one.
See,
I would actually love to see a second one. I mean, because like it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't spectacular, but it wasn't. You know, to me it wasn't bad. I mean, granted, if you're looking at like, you know, authentic comic book, you know, representation, probably not. Like, you know, you'd be upset at the way the Rhino is. But as far as a movie that like I enjoy watching, I liked it.
Well, here's the thing. As we keep doing these, you're gonna find that I like a lot of movies.
Yeah.
I'm always a fan of consuming content. Like if it's good, like I like parts of it. Yeah, give it a second movie. Like I want to see where this character goes.
Yeah.
But as far as the movie overall, the movie was kind of spectacularly shitty.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say that,
I can't agree with you on that.
No.
Well, and this is why. Like I'm a person like I've studied cinema before and all this stuff. It's like the plot was so conjointed.
Yeah. And Chris don't know what that word means, so you gotta explain.
Okay. The plot was in different pieces.
I couldn't even get the damn joke.
It was basically, it's like if four people wrote the movie and they didn't talk to each other until the day of filming. You know what I mean? It's like they had a solid story with Kraven by himself, and they kind of shoehorn in everybody else. They could have made the movie about him versus his dad. They didn't need the Rhino in it. They didn't need like this whole separate entity. You know what I mean? And then at the end of the movie, that, you know, they basically, I guess that was the last film, that was the last bit of money they had for Russell Crowe. They were like, you figured it out that I did everything behind the scenes.
And I think that was like the important part, because maybe Randall's character wasn't important, but there's one thing that, if I remember correctly, from the Rhino, when his brother turned into a chameleon, even with Kraven, it all leads back to somebody in New York.
Yeah, the doctor,
and
Miles Warren.
Yeah.
See, but this is my theory. Like, what if the doctor was the African girl? Because in the beginning, because she said she went to New York and it ended up in London.
Hey, I swear to God, hey, you better watch it.
Look, he talks shit. I'll eat you for real.
Yeah,
just saying.
Just because I'm the Asian one, but he'll eat the dog. That's what it is.
But no.
Go ahead.
I was saying everything led back to New York. So I was wondering, like, my theory was, what if the lady or the person in New York is actually the lady? Because even when Kraven asked her if she had more of that serum or whatever, she told him no, but then ended up saving him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you save this man if you didn't create him for a reason?
Here's the thing about that is she's an actual comic book character.
Okay.
So she was done poorly, but they're two separate comics. If they would have kept it ambiguous, like they did with the Spider-Man, where at the end the chick was like, "Oh, but they call me MJ."
Yeah.
But no, they full on was like, "This is this girl." But you're onto something. The serum. They never explained where she got more of it. They never explained.
Well, no, she said, did you really think I was gonna trust someone else with my family's secret?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which is, she didn't reveal if it's a formula or she just had more of it.
But let's go back to the beginning, because when she gets the cards, I believe the first card is the high priest, the second card is a building on fire, and the third card is the lion. Mm-hmm. And the third card is I want to say.
How did you remember what order them cards, man? I didn't even,
because I thought about it. I was sitting like, because I was really trying to piece it together. And this is why I said, as my theory goes, I liked it, if I'm right, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if the third card was a lion, and the lion brought her this boy, because he brought her the boy. She knew where to get off the car, go find him, and save him. Which makes me wonder, like, was that something that was planned out? You know what I'm saying? Like, even if at the end, if the chameleon found her, and she made him what he is, you know what I'm saying? Like Ryan or whatever, and then Russell Crowe, because him being a poacher or whatever, what'd he say? He said he knew that they wouldn't come for him or something, so he sent his son after them. We just had to do it in a twisted way or something like that.
Well, no, he said that he basically he knew that he couldn't beat Kraven, or no, Russell Crowe knew that the Rhino was trying to come for him, and he knew that he couldn't beat him, so he sent the Rhino, so he worked it out so that the Rhino went after Kraven, or vice versa, so that they took each other out so that he didn't have to deal with it.
So basically, you guys know what the one thing that he did that they made it seem like a master plan. He gave the SD card with the video of Kraven breaking out.
Yeah,
that was the one thing he did. That's the only thing he did.
Yeah, but that was okay. The point of it was because he knew that he had to scheme around it because he knew he couldn't eliminate his enemies on his own.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny because they alluded, but they didn't really double down on it. I feel like Russell Crowe's character had some sort of power because you saw how he picked up old dude in the bar and used him as like, yo, he literally was like.
I mean, Russell Crowe does look like a small guy in this movie.
Yeah,
but I don't know. Can you pick up Mikaze like that right now?
First of all, I ain't old. Who are you talking about? Second of all, bro, the only thing he picks up, you know, 200 pounders, 250 pounders, 300 pounders. I'm just the wrong gender. That's all. He don't put that much effort into men.
No effort into men.
But he puts in effort.
Hey, listen. I've seen this man in all his draft picks.
So, speaking of draft picks, what did you actually think about this movie, Sarah?
I told him it's my job to do the Lord's work. Just saying.
What's saying, Marcos?
What did you think about this movie? You said
I liked it. I liked it. I think I thought
what is the reason why you liked it?
Because I was actually entertained by Kraven's story. I really liked the action in it. I thought the action was done better than I thought it was going to be. And it actually, I was curious to see, okay, how would they take Kraven and send him to New York to go after Spider-Man? Like, what's that, how does that all tie in together? But the actual character that he played, I thought was done really well. I like the fact that they had him talking Russian in the beginning, then had him talking America or English after. So it's like, okay, he's just a guy who knows a bunch of different accents. So you don't have to just keep him with the Russian accent.
Yeah.
I like the base that they had. Like it's almost like kind of like Blade 1, where it's like it's a good movie, but it's also it leaves the door open for to make it bigger and a little more, a little more grand or a little more blockbustery. There is one thing that I was very upset about, and maybe I don't know if you guys caught it too. But before we get into that, Marcos, what you drinking?
Oh, you know what I drink? My mystery soda stream.
You got that Cameron juice, man. You gonna get some cheeks after this. Go ahead, just say it.
What?
I sent y'all the video.
I know.
You got the Cameron juice.
Yeah, you gotta go get some cheeks.
Yeah, I see the video I sent y'all of Prince.
No, it just popped up. We hadn't got a chance to watch it because I was trying to get this thing going.
Oh man.
So I mean, since me and Chris are together in the same room for the first time, and Lord knows how long, we're gonna christen this episode with a shot of Buffalo Trace. The good shit.
It is early in the morning. Go ahead, guys, do it.
Hey, bro, listen.
Are you taking it to the head? Are you guys both? Oh, you poured it. I thought
I poured it while Chris was talking. Then after that, we also got some non-alcoholic Sam Adams.
Yeah. Keep balance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why do you started with alcohol? You know what? I'll drink with y'all.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, take y'all shot. You ain't taking your shot?
Yeah, because I mean we're cheers.
Cheers.
I know it's early, but this is a special moment. All right.
That Trace, man. Woo. So
that's the good stuff. All right, so there's one thing I was actually really upset about. I don't know if y'all caught this in the movie. Did they replace that girl's mouth with a CGI mouth?
Yeah, she had a problem speaking, right?
Every time she was talking, I'm like, there's something going on with her mouth that I feel like they changed the script or something after to maybe because, maybe they had stuff in the script that was going to connect it more to Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to
eliminate it. They did a couple reshoots. They spent the last 3 months reshooting to change the plot. And then it still didn't save the movie. I don't know.
Dude, if you watch it, they gave her the fucking the Superman Justice League treatment. Like it was the fake mouth. I was like, what? She kept talking. I'm like, something's going on. Like the mouth ain't matching up with the words. I couldn't get it.
I thought it was just me, but I was like, maybe that's just the way she speaks. But I did feel like something was wrong with her speech.
Yeah.
And what scenes are you remembering that happening?
So there's one scene when after he takes her back to his little fortress.
Uh-huh.
There's one scene there where you can see it. She's talking and like the top of her head moves and then her jaw is moving around like fucking the villains in Blade 2. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. It was there was little things like that where I was like, I feel like it was a very different script and they had to change some shit so that they could, not tie it into Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But like it was just done in a way where I was like, man, like I don't know.
You could tell that
janky.
You could tell that there were hints of Spider-Man in it. Like, why was he scared of spiders? This man got bit by a lion, but he's scared of spiders.
Well, but it has something to do with his mom. He said his mom was scared of spiders too.
So they had that, but what blew me about this movie was this man was independently wealthy for no reason. Like they never showed how Kraven had money.
His dad got money.
Well, he
no, his dad disowned him.
Yeah, but he also he was a hitman. He was going out and taking out people.
I thought he was doing that out of the kindness of his heart.
No, listen.
There's money involved somewhere.
He's kindness of Benjamin.
He had the Chippendales playing on the ready all the time.
Like Tailspin?
Yeah. Now I will say that the introduction of the movie had me. Like the whole taking the dudes to jail.
Yeah.
And then even when he meets the big ass weird mouth looking Russian as a cellmate, like that whole introduction was dope to me. And then did it change up?
Yeah, it was like it had right. It had a base. It had the bones of a good movie, but then I don't know why they should have been a singular plot. Yeah. If you wanted to involve his brother, like I think the movie would have been better if Rhino would have been his dad's henchman.
Yeah,
and then the guy, they could have kept it the same. But the guy that he assassinated in the beginning could have been one of his dad's capos, and could have been like, yo, why you coming after my crew? And then they could have easily been a situation where the little brother is getting away from the dad, like still had the club, and he's like, nah, I don't mess with dad. But then his Kraven comes in on the birthday thing, and his dad starts messing with his son's club, and it's like, oh, you finally came back, we got to talk about this business. And then had Kraven like start something with Rhino, and then it'd be like, oh, you're the next guy on my list. Like the girl could have easily been like, yo, your dad is the person that's connected to everything, and he's like, I bet.
Yeah, I didn't think in the comics is Calypso also a lawyer as well, or did they add that into the movie?
She has some corporate job. I would have to Google it to check out if she was a lawyer still, but I know the African roots and all that stuff. But it was just like, it's one of those things that she just happened to be there, like with the bottle, and like why all animals respected him when he got bit by a lion. Like it was supposed to be
King of the Jungle.
Here's the thing. His also, but he is the king of the jungle. But the wolf was in the snow, and he was like, "Oh, like that's Mandingo over there. Let me not mess with Mandingo."
The wolf ran upon him when he showed his eyes. The wolf was like, "Oh shit, nah."
Yeah,
nah.
Like,
it's you.
He got something.
And how come the eyes? He never used his eyes any other time. First of all,
no, he used them because he would use them to like kind of see, like almost like eagle vision, like fucking Assassin's Creed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he was doing that,
but they never showed the CGI of his eyes coloring.
But they didn't have the money for it.
See, okay, I thought about that. I feel like all the money went to the action scenes.
Yeah, so the action scenes were good. Like the escape from jail, the way he was moving, I thought was dope. And I was like, okay, like I like the way they're portraying him.
In my opinion, and I'm not looking for comic book accuracy. I'm not looking for cartoon accuracy. I think the essence of the character was nailed with him. The way he moved, the way he acted, everything.
Yeah.
To the small little things when he threw the knife that was so unnecessary to stop the elevator.
Yeah.
Like
the penthouse.
Yeah, like that was pretty cool when he the way he moved around and everything. That was legit.
Yeah. I thought they just hired bad actresses for Calypso. Because you notice the little girl in the beginning, she barely
with a completely different shade.
Yeah. Yeah, she went from Chris to me.
It's like
no, like in the beginning, like you barely had her talk.
Mm-hmm.
And then again with the when she was the adult, they CGI'd her mouth and had like different dialogue. So I was like, was she just a bad actress and they fucked up, or did they have to change some shit?
I think they had to change some stuff. I think honestly, if I was Sony, if the rumors are true, because for anybody that's watching and listening, apparently Sony is at a point that they want to sell the IP. It's a rumor, nothing's concrete.
Yeah.
That they're willing to accept an offer on just take Spider-Man. I think from the movie side, because I think they're really doing good on the animation and they're really doing good on the video game side of things.
Yeah.
But in the movie, it's like they can't like.
Because got the wrong motherfuckers making it.
The crazy thing is
like having you cook Thanksgiving dinner. Like that's the wrong IP. I would have,
But it's like it's weird because they can use Spider-Man anytime they want. But I think their fear is if they use Spider-Man in a wrong way, then Marvel's gonna drop that actor and replace him again, or like remove Spider-Man from the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
And that's a big check that they get from Marvel every time he pops up in a movie. More so that they could take these projects, they could tank, and they're like, all right, we tried it. Let's keep it pushing. You know what I mean? Like, but okay,
I hope. So here's the thing: would you with these villains? Clearly, like they're trying to build a universe with like the whole Spider. They were clearly trying to build up to the Sinister Six, so that they could take on Spider-Man. Why not just have Marvel help them with it?
Because people are greedy, you know that.
No, but I'm saying Marvel helps with the Spider-Man movies, and those ones all come out dope. So why not have them help out with the fucking the villains?
The thing is, with the Spider-Man movies, Marvel gives them the script and uses their own people. Sony consults.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying, why not enter into that same kind of contract or whatever with the rest of the Spider-Man shit? Why only do that with Spider-Man?
I think because the way that Marvel is operating now, everything is connected, and it has to come all the way back to their main story, and they can't go deep into a Sinister Six situation and then be like, all right, cool. Hey, Spider-Man, we need you for this multiverse threat. I know you have some beef. Let's just go ahead, come over here. Yeah. Like, I think that it's kind of like, it's like, okay, in your business, right? It's like, you have wrestlers. Let's say Brock wants to go to TNA. Brock owns his name, but he's like, yo, can we use footage from WWE? They're gonna be like, no, but then it's like he can't reference. He's gonna come out there and be like, yo, you know what I did before?
Listen,
please.
No. Okay. I'll give you. Okay, so say we'll use WWE, WCW, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if they got into if they had a storyline where they can consult each other. Be like, hey, like one person, this is our storyline, but we'll consult with you guys and we'll work it out so that the threads can all be at least tied together, but it doesn't have to be like so intricate that every Sony property works in with the Marvel universe. It's just like you can just sit there and just have them like help out with the whole building up those villains for Spider-Man, but also being like, okay, if we help out with that, can we use them all in Marvel? Because if Kraven was in fucking Marvel, have him show up in fucking Wakanda going after the Black Panther, that shit would be fucking dope.
Actually,
that's the ultimate civil rights movement kind of shit.
Civil rights. Hey,
the White Hunter coming after the Black Panther? Come on.
First of all, that's just wrong. Second,
you don't want to have the White Hunter coming after the Black Panther? Come on.
I mean, at a certain point, it's going to happen, but it's not going to happen now. I just hope that when they do Kraven in the MCU, that it is Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, that dude fucking knocked it out the park.
Oh, yeah, he was definitely good.
But Chris, what was your favorite part of the movie? Just out of curiosity. Besides the pussy.
What?
This is how you know he was my friend for too damn long. Because that's what I was going to say, but I decided not to because there was no real sexual reference in the movie.
I know. Was it when he rolled up on his brother coming out the shower?
No.
He wanted familiar to you.
No, he wanted that grandma voodoo doctor. That's who he wanted.
Oh,
Put a
man.
spell on me, bitch.
I can go for hours and hours. Oh man! Now I know people that say short cinnamon Asian is their style. So I ain't gonna say who.
Listen, that dude, he's a center lineman. That's what he is. Motherfucker, Chris almost set me up to get fucking, just taken advantage of. I was like, this motherfucker.
Look, I was gonna sit back and just laugh and see how you handled yourself.
All right, so I got a question. What did y'all think about the Rhino in this movie? Because the Rhino is normally a dude in a Rhino suit, but this one they had him taking a serum, kind of like Bane, and becoming just kind of a Rhino version of that. Like,
I didn't like that they were vague because he tried to say that it was a skin thing, but then he had a motherfucking horn. What kind of skin condition is that?
I mean,
like they would have had him turn gray and be strong and then act like the Rhino. I get it, but then
that wasn't a horn, bro. That was an ingrown hair. It just grew too big.
I'm about saying unless he just never exposed his full self.
I know, you ain't never seen a white head? That's what it was. It's just a white head. He didn't pop it.
Shit.
Gotta go call Dr. Papa Pimper. Take it out.
Man, needs some different.
I watched too many hours of that shit, bro.
That shit disgusting.
I told Chris, I was like, I was watching some pimple popping videos. He was like, "Fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, now I'm about to go cook dinner.
That and carpet cleaning videos are amazing.
Seriously? Yeah, y'all got some weird hobbies.
Nah, Chris, because the only thing Chris watches on YouTube involves bow chicka wow wow.
First of all, you don't find it on YouTube.
There you go.
First of all, how you know that they don't have that on YouTube, Chris?
I know you searching.
Because YouTube's family friendly. It's supposed to be.
Hell no, you can watch beheading videos on YouTube. We're talking about family friendly.
Oh shit, I don't know.
Yeah.
I did not have that on my 2024 bingo
I'm
card.
gonna say, look, it's 2024. You can find
Makazi referencing beheading videos.
I'm just saying you can find everything on YouTube. It ain't it's not like it's not like they have a clear line about what you can and can't put on there. But anyways, all right. So with this movie being pretty much the end of the whole Sony Spider-Verse, like, where do you think they went wrong? Do you think it was just the quality of the movies? Like, did you think they had the wrong people behind the scenes trying to put this whole universe together?
I think they went wrong like DC went wrong.
Fuck you. DC went good. You just had the wrong people. Chris?
No, I feel like because me not knowing all the villains of Spider-Man, I didn't really know they was all connected until I just said something. And I'm like, okay, if that was
what?
I don't know. What?
No, I knew Venom, of course, because Venom, you know what I'm saying? And then, Carnage, his two main villains besides Green Goblin and shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's like if they're gonna take all these other villains and try to build this up, for people like me that just wasn't familiar with it all,
Yep.
like Morbius and everything, there should have been some type of reference in there somewhere.
There was.
There was a whole bunch of thing. There was a newspaper.
Oscorp.
Spiders coming down from the tree is not a reference to Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, on this in this one, I think they eliminated a lot of the references.
Yeah,
that's why you saw the CGI mouth. I'm sure they got a lot of.
You won't let that go, will you?
Bro, go watch it.
You know, never mind. I ain't gonna say that. He's probably thinking about. He's probably thinking about.
Nah, Chris is like a mouth's a mouth. CGI, I don't care.
No, that's what I'm saying. You probably saying like, I bet you the head game is just not good. Like, how do you perform?
Wow.
How you perform CGI fellatio?
What are you, Marcos? What do you think? Like, where do you think they went wrong?
I think they went wrong when they didn't, like you said, they didn't listen to Marvel. Like I think they went wrong when they tried to play hardball with Marvel. Like, I don't know if you remember, but after the first Spider-Man movie, after he debuted in the MCU, the contract came up for grabs, and then Sony was going to play hardball, and then Marvel was like, all right, we're done with the Spider-Man movies, and all of a sudden they signed a deal, and then we got Spider-Man Far From Home. Yeah. And basically from there, then they were like, all right, they don't want to pay us more, and we have no influence, so we're going to start building a world on our end that at a certain point when Marvel was like, all right, Spider-Man is not one of our number one guys, that we could kind of lend him back to you. and we will be fine. They wanted him like a whole universe that he could come back. I honestly thought that they were gonna do what everybody thought that they were gonna do. They were gonna bring back one of the old Spider-Men and basically make him the Spider-Man of Sony.
Yeah.
They could have done that with Andrew Garfield. He would have been the best choice because Tobey Maguire's kind of old now, and all these villains are kind of like Andrew Garfield's age.
Yeah.
So he could have easily slipped in, and then they could have made this, a simple thing where it's just the bottom credit. You know how they kept showing like the where he was at? It was like Russia, London.
Yeah.
They could have been like Earth, whatever number that they decide to.
Where?
I heard Earth.
Yeah, I heard Earth. There was an F in there, bro.
E-A-E-A-R.
Hey man, I'm Hispanic, bro. So, anyway,
I think one of the places where they fucked up is they had, and this is gonna sound messed up, but I feel like they had filmmakers making comic book movies who didn't respect the source material.
yeah.
They were like, oh yeah, I could do it this way. I think it'll be better this way. Instead of like, source material kind of lays it out. You can adjust it a little bit, but like if you kind of follow the structure that they've already laid out, your story is gonna be good.
I just think some of their green light choices were just horrible. Like I want to talk to an executive that thought that Madam Web was gonna make money.
No, well, the idea of a Madam Web movie would be good, but just the way they did, because they did like a CW show.
See, I didn't even watch the whole movie.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know it's bad when Chris ain't watching white women. Like Chris will watch anything with white women. Like, fucking
No, they had a bunch of
Girl,
people.
Friends.
No, fuck no.
Yeah,
Like that cast was expensive.
What's up?
And they're not making these movies on the cheap. They're hiring big name actors and then just running the movie to the ground.
Well, it's because they put all the people, like I feel like the people that are writing the movies or the people coming up with it again I think I don't know what kind of direction they're getting, but like it feels like they're writing movies that are like, hey, let's make it kind of like the way it would be on TV or a TV show, because they all feel super low budget for some reason.
Yeah, but they're big names. That's crazy. Like the cast and Madam Web, these are all like leading ladies or women that have had other properties. It was
in that movie
for them that made some bread there.
What's her name? Who was in that fucking thing?
The girl
Johnson.
from 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, Dakota Johnson.
Yeah,
and
Sydney
the girl that
Sweeney.
played Spider-Gwen, she's the young girl that's in everything. She was in it.
Yeah, she's with the titties in Euphoria.
Yeah, there was a bunch of other people there, and then you had Morbius. You had an Academy, and Morbius. You had an Academy-winning
Academy Award-winning actor.
Yeah, and then you had the main character who played Morbius. The guy that played the bad guy. He has an Academy Award. And then they had the guy that played their doctor. He was another famous actor. Like they had a bunch of people that are known faces that are really good actors in these movies getting lost because the script is so horrible.
Yeah.
Like they have the good bones, the CGI is decent, but it's just a story. Like the easy. Well, excuse me. Let me dial that back. I'm not a screenwriter. What you would think will be the easiest thing to do, because every good movie starts off with a story. Everything else is the hardest thing to get a budget, to get a marketing, to get like CGI and stuff like that if you're going to do something crazy. But like, it's like they had everything in place and they were like, what can we do here? Like, let's just borrow a random story and we just going to move forward. Like,
I don't know. I feel like there's a style of movie that a lot of these ones fall into where it just feels like they just follow normal action movie tropes. Like again, like Morbius. Like you could take the way Morbius looks and feels and exchange that with like Van Helsing. They all kind of got the same feel to it. It's like they didn't try to create their own like aesthetic, their own look.
Van Helsing had a better story though.
No, I'm gonna say, but like with Van Helsing, because it's a period piece, it can have that kind of look to it. But again, you get Van Helsing, I Frankenstein, fucking what was it? The other Dracula Untold. Like they all have kind of the same feel to them that I feel like these movies had. Whereas it feels like a cheaper. It feels like a movie that needs $200 million but only has $100 million. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
But they're trying to do too much with too little.
Okay.
and then honestly, if you take Morbius as face value, and you take away the small Easter eggs for Spider-Man,
Yep.
and everything else, you would have thought it's just a normal vampire movie.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it really didn't separate itself. Like, well, you take out Michael Keaton, at the end of it, like, it's like, okay, what is this movie doing here?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like you could
Chris-
easily said it could have been another movie.
Yeah, Chris, what would you have added to Kraven to try to like up the ante or bring the quality of it up?
Well, see, now I'm kind of conflicted because I'm listening, and like I said, after I did like a lot of thinking about the movie and piecing together in my own brain,
Mhm.
if they were trying to set up for a second one, it had the tools to do it, but you have to think on such a deeper level to catch it all.
Yeah,
Which everybody ain't gonna do that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But I think they would have had to make the movie I don't want to say grounded, but like a little more like realistic, for lack of a better term. There was so much like, I mean, with this one, you had to learn about Kraven,
That
then you had to learn about the dad.
yeah.
Then you had to figure out the brothers, motivations for why, everybody kept calling him a chameleon and all this shit and how he felt. But then you also had to learn about the Rhino. There was so many characters that you had to get introduced and like learn about that you couldn't really focus on Kraven like
See,
that.
this is also something I didn't know. Who's
Like-
the dude with the shades that was counting? When he was like,
Oh yeah, the
counting,
fucking what is it?
Foreigner.
The foreigner.
Yeah. They didn't explain his powers. They didn't explain why he could hypnotize people. None of that. They didn't explain why he's smart.
Man counted
They didn't
1, 2, 3, and it was done. That was a
Yeah,
terrible
they didn't explain why him and Rhino didn't like each other. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like they made it seem like they were working together, and then when they met at Rhino's place, he was like, like, let me see if you could do that if I rip your eyeballs out. I'm like, bro, like, doesn't this guy work with me?
Yeah. I was taken back when he hit a spin kick. I was like, I thought he was just a shitty hitman
yeah.
that could just use his powers and kill you, but he could actually fight. I was like, come on, it's too much.
And I think if you think about it, Kraven got defeated by him.
He did. The girl killed him.
Yep.
Yeah, like he got
It's the
defeated.
Sam
Like
Jackson word.
that was a one-on-one that he lost.
Mm-hmm.
Like oh, he got poisoned. Like, nah, bro, it's a fight. Like, you're supposed to be the hunter, and this man got you.
But he did get poisoned, didn't he?
No, but I didn't even think of that.
He got poisoned, but then the girl shot him in the face. It was like 3, motherfucker.
No, but it's like he says, oh, I am a predator. I'm a hunter. I use whatever's around there. So you got to have some self-defense against the poison. Like, he was just assed out.
Yeah.
Like he got L'd. Like, he took an L, and it's like, oh man.
Okay, there was a couple inconsistencies I saw in the editing of this movie that I don't know if y'all caught. One, there's a scene where Calypso hits the button and like all the things come down and shows like all his weapons, which is cool. But then they have a scene where he's getting ready and he hits the button and all things come down. Like, why would you have that scene where she finds it when clearly the scene where he hits the button and all the weapons come down is supposed to be the reveal of like all the shit he's got?
See,
And then she made a face. She was just like, oh. And then like, bro,
see-
why is it only knives? He had he had the bow. They didn't use the crossbow. I know she used it, but it's like, if he had it there and it was so legit, that probably was one of his main weapons. But he's like, nah, I'm just gonna take this Bowie knife.
But see, let's think about this too. If you walk in somebody's house and happen to find a hidden button under a teapot, you gonna press that shit?
Yeah,
No,
hell yeah.
no.
Have you ever seen that Family Guy episode when you press the button in Quagmire's house?
Shit turned to orgy 101 shit.
No, but okay, so even in that scene, like, okay, where did this girl get the clothes? She showed up. She got off the plane. She just had jeans and a t-shirt. Next thing you know, she's in a fucking whatever
Battlefield.
outfit. And I was like, where'd you get, like, he didn't have this clothes sitting there waiting for you? I told
And
you. This
it was just so weird at the end when they introduced, there it is, that thing, the costume. And why did he put it on and then just sat and looked at himself? He's like, yeah.
Okay, see, I had a quick question with that.
I didn't mind that.
And
Go ahead.
And again, you guys educate me because y'all know more about Kraven than I do. Because his brother says, go check dad's house. He left something for you. So my thought was, did his dad really leave that for him, or did his brother leave it for him?
I don't know, but it was clearly the lion's head.
Yeah.
They took the lion's head and made it into a vest.
I mean, you wouldn't feel like you're all sexy, LL Cool J, throw that thing on, LL Cool Stick. I can't
Ozzy, did you get inspired?
LL Cool Stick.
Did you get inspired for the next WrestleMania look for somebody?
Man, listen,
Look, Seth Rollins, watch.
No. There's already someone who's already had that kind of look already, but people haven't paid enough attention to it. But if you paid attention, you would have saw it already. But no, well, okay, but I get it because it was kind of like Black Adam. Where at the end of the Black Adam, he hits the pose on the because that's an actual famous cover of Kraven sitting on the throne like that.
Okay, and that's what I'm getting at because I didn't actually mind the ending. I was like, okay, cool. I guess it's finally adapted his character because if I remember correctly, the whole thing was him becoming his dad and him saying, "I'm not like you." Yeah, but then sets his dad up to be eaten by the bear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think the whole thing was like, I think it's got to come to a point where he's like accepts that he's kind of
like he is.
Yeah, he is more like his dad than he thinks.
Yeah, right? That's what I took from it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. That whole part, like you said, the iconic cover, it was just weird because there was nobody there. Like at least in Black Adam, he had his peoples there, and he was like, "Yeah, this feels good." He just did that for himself. Like, oh, look how good I look in front of the mirror, baby. Oh, look at the fit. Check the drip. Look at me. Oh, abs out. Woo! Woo! Get me, baby.
Oh, man. I mean, shit, I done the same shit, just saying.
Me too. You ain't never tried on a piece of shirt, but you do the jail pose?
No, you squat down?
Yeah.
But like sitting down in front of the mirror.
He's like, he don't know what the jail pose is. Okay.
No, you know what? He got quiet.
I know the jail pose. Come on.
I think he knows too much. Like, nah, that's touching a different area of my life.
I can't. I told myself I'm never going back to that dark space.
I'm going to get some cheeks after this.
But there was a couple things like shout out.
Before you go to that, the one person we didn't really talk about was the Rhino. So like we've seen the Rhino a couple times in movies. We saw the Paul Giamatti one.
Okay.
The one that had the cyber suit. We've seen the cartoon one, which is obviously, comic book accurate. Then you got this one. Like, did you like the idea of him taking a serum in order to become kind of like Bane, in order to become this superhuman, villain?
I thought it was a lot better than Paul Giamatti's version. I think it's hard for you to create a character like that's gonna look realistic.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Bebop and Rocksteady. Like, no matter how crazy your movie is, when they come in and they're characters, people are gonna be like, "Oh man, this is crazy."
See, but I can't really agree with that because how would they do Venom the way they did?
Huh?
Because we all know Venom is not real. But in CGI transformation from Tom Hardy to the character, I thought it's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
but there was an actual explanation that makes sense in a comic book world, which is the suit. The symbiote turns you into that.
Okay.
However, this is a human being that just like you know what I mean? Like if there was I don't know. Have you guys ever seen the Arrow, like and any of those shows that are associated?
I know of them, but I'd never really watched them.
There was a character, I forgot her name, that she got her powers by a jewel, right? Mm-hmm. And then she'll have the strength of a bear and blah blah blah. I forgot the character's name. Comic book fans, forgive me. But if the way Rhino is set up, depending on what source material in the video game, he's somebody that's a mutant, right? Mm-hmm. So you couldn't really get a mutant in this movie because the Marvel has not introduced mutants yet.
They have, but go on.
Well, currently
Namor is a mutant.
Well,
what the fuck is Namor?
From mutant adjacent.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Mutant adjacent. Get out of here. You don't. He gets that title because they used it in the movie. But go on. I digress. Go on.
Little feathers on his
you're right. I think, but they couldn't use it for them because that means that mutants has been around for a while and people were just ignoring them in New York.
Yeah.
So it was a heavy lifting around that. If they would have just made him a mutant, like I would have been fine if it would have been like a werewolf type thing that he's like just.
But what if when he was out there on that safari, he done beat up the little girl and took her vial? Then he could have he just put on the rhino suit. Or beat up the old woman, the old lady. Like they could have been a connection between the serum that Kraven got and then him becoming Rhino.
That was the whole thing. Like the reason they were beefing, there was no real reason except
is that
going to eventually come for me.
I mean, there was no real reason, but it was at the same time because he was a hunter of bad people.
Yeah,
and his dad had beef with the dude that he knew he couldn't beat. So he sent the son.
But the Rhino wasn't that great of being a bad guy because he was never on his list.
Okay, well maybe not, but at the same time, if you were on the street, some dude transforms in front of you, is like about to run you over.
Yeah,
what you gonna do? Look, I ain't scared of shit, but I ain't stupid either. I'm like, hey, I got to run from this one. What the fuck this is coming at me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think if he would have, if like his story, if he talked about his skin, if he would have been like, now
I got eczema and this shit just happens, and that's why I turned into this Rhino.
Yeah, like if he would have been like, oh, I became more than a man, I'm more beast than man, then I understand. Because like he
coming up somebody
to the horn,
man,
I was
watch
just
out,
like,
bro. I'm more beast than man.
Like, shouldn't he tell it to the ladies? Like, shit.
Like it was the horn, bro. Like,
oh man,
how does he turn into a full blown Rhino?
Yeah. I thought they were gonna connect it with like Doc Connors, and Doc Connors turning into a lizard.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But then you had the brother. Okay, so the brother. First of all, I've seen the brother in other movies. Have you recently?
He was in Gladiator 2.
Yeah, that was him. That was the crazy brother.
It was.
Yeah, the one that made the monkey the second emperor or whatever.
Yeah, I kept looking at his mouth, and I was like, "There's something weird about the dude's mouth." I've seen it before.
Yo, what's up with you and mouths in this movie?
I'm just saying, it was weird. They were weird in this movie. You had the Russian jail dude, the prisoner.
Look,
you had him.
No,
you had the CGI girl.
Sarat don't do this on camera much. But if you go back and watch some episodes, this dude got rabbit lips, especially when he's trying to drink something.
He don't know what he's talking about.
So I think his connection with the animals and lips is like what he was feeling over there.
He making shit up. He making shit up. I ain't never did that in my life.
You did it.
I ain't never did that in my life.
You did it last night.
I think he finally plucked his nerve, Chris.
Look, watch. Go, do it. Do the Cadbury Buddy.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. This man, Chris is what you would call a liar.
No.
Okay.
Just pay attention, folks. Y'all tune in. He does it every so often. He'll take a sit back.
But can we talk about like what
he does?
Can we talk about what Sarat was talking about earlier?
What?
That Aaron Taylor Johnson is an embodiment of a superhero. Like this man did not wear any makeup, anything. If you look at a picture of how he looks today, he looks exactly how he looks in Kraven. Same beard, same haircut, same clothing.
Yeah, the dude looks like a superhero. I'm surprised he hasn't had a starring role in other superhero movies before. Again, he played Quicksilver real quick.
But that to me,
he was the most enjoyable part of Bullet Train.
Bullet Train.
The one with fucking with Brad Pitt.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a definite watch. It's a really good movie. It's another Tony.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie. He plays. So I think I don't know. This might be his last comic book movie because rumors are that he's going to be the next James Bond, which I'm all for.
Yeah.
But he got to keep the beard though. I think it's time for a James Bond with a beard.
I can't see him being James Bond.
I can see.
I feel like
if you see him in Bullet Train, yes, you can.
Do you feel like he'd be better than Ryan Gosling from The Gray Man?
Yeah.
The way he said that shit, why was he like, he's like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
What about Henry Cavill?
As
too big.
I'm about to say as James Bond.
Get out of here.
He's too big.
Yeah, I can see him.
James Bond is supposed to be.
But this motherfucker isn't. Fucking Kraven, that motherfucker was bigger than everyone in the movie. He was bigger than the CGI.
He's still like 6 feet. He could blend in as
Get out of here.
Like freaking Henry Cavill is like 6'4", like 285.
Yeah, Yeah, he better.
He's like, oh, I'm just here. Nobody. It's just a big ass dude with glasses. Like nobody knows who I am.
Yeah, John Martini.
No, but did you guys ever see the Man from Uncle?
Yes.
Yeah, he fits the profile of a fucking James Bond.
I don't think he wants it, and I think he might have. He might have fell out.
I know he's. I know they're filming. He's in Voltron. They just started filming Voltron
Okay.
with him in there.
See, I'm stuck on James Bond. I don't know. I feel like
Like
Idris Elba.
I want. You know when I wanted to see him, Henry Cavill and James Bond, when he did that Mission Impossible and he cocked his fist.
Yeah.
but he's still big as shit.
Man activated his fist like,
He's like,
there
go
were
gadget.
weapons.
Go gadget fist. Oh man.
No, but who would you want to see as James Bond?
Like I said, I felt like after watching Ryan Gosling,
Idris Elba,
Denzel Washington,
Denzel. Yeah, Denzel.
Denzel and Eldris Alba, just switch them out every other scene and not say anything.
Oh man.
So what you telling me? This is the dry martini? It's shaking? Is it shaking or is it stirred? You block that shit.
Man. Hell yeah.
That'd be the first. He'd be the first James Bond to order Hennessy.
Hell yeah. What you like? What's your name? Bond. James Bond, motherfucker.
All right. Yes. All right.
You British motherfuckers ain't got shit on me.
All right. This is a martini. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So what you're telling me? Is that there's an international organization that want to get these people. Think I'm gonna let that happen? Oh.
Oh shit.
All right. Final thoughts on Kraven the Hunter. Well, Marcos, you go first.
I'm gonna definitely rewatch it when it comes home. I won't spend money on it again. But Aaron Taylor Johnson shines. Everybody else felt like they were in a different movie. I even give props to what's it called? Shit, I forgot his name.
Who? Russell Crowe?
The guy who played his dad.
Yeah, Russell Crowe.
Yeah, Russell Crowe. I think the movie changed when they cast him. Like I thought he might have been on their dream list, and then he was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." They were like, "Wait a minute, hold on, we got to make this part a lot bigger
Yeah.
than we originally thought." And
What about you, Chris? What's your thoughts?
Like I said, after doing some deeper level thinking into it and everything else, I liked it. I mean, like Marcus, I ain't gonna spend the money on it again. But I will watch it again to see if everything makes more sense after we've talked about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I liked it. If it's on TV, I'll definitely watch it when it's on TV. Again, I probably wouldn't go to the theater.
like Gone in 60 Seconds, like you just be like, "Oh, okay."
No. You know, like if whenever like I don't know, there's some movies that you never go search them out, but if they're on, Batman Returns. I don't go search out Batman Returns, but when it's on TV, I watch it. But with that being said, I really want to see Aaron Taylor Johnson in another superhero movie, one that does him justice, because he's a great actor who looks the part. He just hasn't had the role to really other than Kick-Ass was a good one, but then Hit Girl kind of took over all that.
I think this one did him justice as his character. Like he said, the movie was about him.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
It's not the movie that everybody's going, oh shit, take him, actually keep him as Kraven and let him be in the MCU.
Cast him as Robin,
Nah,
or cast him as the Flash.
nah, he's too jacked.
Yeah. He'd be probably a better. How can I put?
Yeah. Who would you cast him as a superhero?
Honestly, I would just bring him back as what's it called? What is it? As the same character he was in Marvel. Bring him back from
Quicksilver?
the universe. What is it? Quicksilver.
I don't know.
Nah, I feel like he'd have to be something that's like not the main character, but still just as badass. Like a good second. And I can't think of a good second right now.
I always fan casted him as the new Wolverine.
I could see him doing that. With his look.
I think he's too playful though.
No, but he doesn't have to be playful. I mean, just his look. I actually wouldn't mind seeing him as shave his beard and have him do Cyclops.
Mm.
A Cyclops is a cuck, so I don't know if I want Cyclops him
I don't know.
Like, do a movie search on the guy that played Cyclops in the original X-Men movie.
Yeah,
How-
fucking James Marsden.
Yeah, he's been a simp in every single role.
Nah.
He was the guy that got his girl taken in the Notebook. He was the guy who married Lois Lane in Superman Returns after she had a kid by Superman. Like,
No, but you gotta watch him in the movie Sex Drive, where he's a closeted gay brother.
Oh God.
He's like super. He's super over the top, trying to be macho. Turns out he's actually gay. So
there you go. Like,
yeah.
I mean, Cyclops.
Maybe Arrow, but I don't know much about Arrow to know how.
Actually, I can see him being fucking Green Arrow.
But I don't know much about Green Arrow to say whether he's that good or not.
Green Arrow's Batman, but with a bone arrow. It's pretty much. It's pretty
More
much
money if you go off a certain comment.
Yeah. Him, Tony Stark, and Batman kind of just follow the same trope.
Mm.
You know, they all just rich guys with money that can taught themselves to how to be, extraordinary.
Yeah, but Batman.
Except Tony Stark lived to love his parents. Like,
Yeah.
his dad raised him, actually.
Oh God.
All right, well, that's the latest episode of Surratt and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast. Once again, it is your boy Surratt, a.k.a. Makazi.
And your boy Chris Brown, aka Red Fort Delta.
It's your boy Marcos, aka at the Sunset Kid. Follow all of our accounts, guys. You know, make this.
Yeah. One day we're gonna film all in the same place. I don't know how we're gonna do it. We'll figure it out, but one day. And we'll
have camera and Mike can travel. That sounded weird, but
you're what? Oh no, we can say. Yeah,
I didn't even want to repeat that one. It's like that's shit. If you see this kid Mr. Rock got, I don't even want to know what he does in his personal time.
Listen, that's because Chris. No, listen.
Look, I got fantasies. I think he has real life.
No, bro,
action.
But Chris don't even like. Chris don't know. The only camera Chris knows about is disposable.
Exactly. Get ready.
Yeah.
You put the things to the side. Who wants to go develop them things now in 2024? No.
Yeah.
No, I bet
rumor has it that Chris used to take the pictures and then just throw them out because they said disposable on them.
Yeah.
Like,
Never.
I can't. Chris don't want evidence of all the stuff he'd been into. If you pulled that out, you'd be like, "Yo, you had a good draft night, bro." Yeah, he got he had a nice left tackle, a nice tight end.
Some few cheerleaders, you know what I'm saying?
No, I ain't no cheerleaders in your draft. Sorry, bro.
Look, man.
Hell no.
You saying he can revamp the New York Giants offense?
I'm just saying he leans towards Junior Seau. That's all I'm saying.
What the fuck?
Wow.
No. Nah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I look. This is going so
Chris
far
like,
left. This is going so far left.
Chris like, I like him slim thick, minus the slim.
Like I said, it's my job to do the Lord's work.
Thicker than cold peanut butter?
No. You know
Oh shit.
his nickname in Chicago was Hortillos.
Whoa, wow. Oh man.
All right, yo, we out. We'll fucking get with y'all next week.
I will say this. I might have a track record, but when you see the girl on my side, I got standards. I just don't have none after the club.
The standards just go lower the more drinks you get.
It's like a health bar. It starts off high, and then after a couple weathered battles, it's just like shit.
Oh man.
All right, we out.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm a warrior.